Multi-ad group testing allows you to aggregate data across ad groups and understanding which ads are the best. So for instance, if you wanted to know, should we use dynamic keyword insertion versus not in our ads? Or is one call to action better or worse than a different call to action across all your ad groups? You can use multi-ad group testing. So we go to multi-ad group testing and we'll start with text patterns. Here we can click Find Current Winners. We choose the campaign type, and then we can choose our campaigns by name. So often we want to select individual campaigns to use. It can be multiples. If you have a large account, you may select them by labels and then have some campaigns labeled brand, others non-brand, others by product groups, etc. You can do further segmentation into the ad group labels used, the ad types used, thresholds, so forth. In Adanalysis, we save the enable date for all of your ads. So by default, we use what we call a common date range, meaning we only compare data when all the ads were active and competing equally. If you change your ads a lot, you may constantly reset the date range and have a harder time getting to statistical significance. So you might want to just explore and use a larger time frame. Then, what pattern are you testing? Often headline 1 is related to the ad group. Headline 2 may be a call to action, a brand statement, a user benefit, so forth, and headline 3 often supports headline 2. And we could also test description lines, URLs, etc. So if we start with our description line 1, then we write our patterns. Now this is where you can be very creative in saying, I want to see just this pattern, or what happens if an ad has a price symbol versus a discount symbol in it. Now you can also just click the folder icons and we'll show you the most common lines you're using, how often it's used, and its aggregated metrics. You can just click to see how each one is performing and then find current winners. Then here we'll show you the campaigns being tested, the patterns, the aggregate data, and if there's statistical significance. So we can then click into the test. We will see our patterns, our matching ads, if we won or lost by a metric, the confidence value for each test, and then data that if the loser hadn't been active in the past month, what would the data have been? So this lets you start to really see how users interact with ads across ad groups. Then from here, we can easily choose a metric, either pause all the losers, or we could pause and then replace with a new line, and very easily pause large amounts of ads and replace them. Now scale doesn't matter. This could be 1,000 ads versus 1,000 ads, or 100,000 ads versus 100,000 ads. So with these patterns, it's very useful to start to learn how to write them. So if we wanted to just know something simple as, what happens if we have keyword insertion versus we do not have keyword insertion? We just put keyword wildcard, meaning wildcard matches to anything, or double exclamation points, meaning it doesn't match to this particular pattern. And we can run those tests. So multi-ad group testing lets you see a lot of this types of insight data. Now with these tests, you have run tests. That's getting data on demand. We have daily results, meaning we can define tests, save them, and then they'll be run every day for statistical significance. When it achieves it, you'll be alerted on your dashboard. Now, with all the tests, if you make changes, we'll save an archive of it. In addition, you can just select the test and click archive, and we'll save that particular test result so you can always look back and see all your previous tests. So with text patterns, we're looking at the actual text within the ads. If we go to multi-ad group labels, you can test by ad labels instead of by text patterns. So if you wanted to do 3 or 4 variables at once, you could just label one set of ads, one set of labels, a different set of ads, a different set, and run the same test on a label basis. If you're testing image ads, you can test again by labels or by sizes and do even a size by size comparison. With the multi-ad group testing, you can change your testing settings, your minimum criteria data, and you can change the metrics you view results by. Now, in addition, you can run heat maps to start to see if this is the intersection of headline 1 and headline 2. What does my data look like? And you can find some insights in the heat maps. So with the multi-ad group testing, it's a good way of testing a lot of your hypotheses at a higher level. Should we use brand and non-branded ad groups? Should we use ad customizers versus our static ads? And you can do all kinds of testing. Now, with multi-ad group testing, because you're often pairing many ads at once, you want to see fairly equal test results. You don't want to see 500 ads versus 100 ads. Right? That's not a fair comparison. So this pairs exceptionally well with the mass ad creator that lets you quickly filter and create ads across many ad groups at once and even inherit data so that you have much more even test results. So if you want to see quick data, use run tests. If you want to set them up to get alerts, use daily results. If you want to see your previous results, use archive test results. And by using the multi-ad group testing, you can start to get very good insights into how consumers interact with ads. If you have a very large account and you create ads by templates, it's very easy to see which is more effective. So if you're looking to see just how this works, click Run a Sample Test. We'll put some test results up for you automatically that you can start to examine and understand how multi-ad group testing can really help you get insights across your data and optimize the ads within your account.